Are you thinking about moving to Spring, Texas? Today's video we are going to talk about the pro and con in living in Spring, Texas. So when you decided to relocate to a new city, a new neighborhood, the first thing you guys consider is it a good area? What happened with crime rate, taxes, unemployment? If you are someone, a family with children, is it there is good school in the area? So in today's video, I am going to cover all the main points on the living in Spring, Texas. If you are new to this channel, my name is Rose Dunn. I am a realtor here in the state of Texas. In this channel, it is where I talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of what it takes to live in Houston, Texas. If you have not subscribed, follow, subscribe, because every week I come out with video like this, and I love it when I receive text message, email from people just like you who's thinking about relocating to Houston, Texas. The first thing we're going to talk about is housing in Spring. So in Spring, Texas is very big. So there is certain neighborhood that if you purchase a home, your home can be in the Spring ISD school district, or you can be in the Klein ISD school district, or even Alvin. So that's what Big Spring is. But when it comes to home price, prior to COVID, your median home price for a starter home was in the 195,000. Now that home price has increased and things has changed, so your median price range is in the 250,000. However, when you're looking at new constructions in Spring, one of the builder I always referred, my first time home buyer that are single, that want to live in Spring, they do not have a lot of money, it's D.R. Horton and Syntex Home and some other builders, because those builders are very economical and they always have some special going on. They used to have home that's like in the 1,300 square feet that started on the lower 200, but now that the market is changed, you see those homes in the 260 price range. But if you're looking at resale, you can still find a small starter home in the 230, but it's not going to be something big, something drastic for a big family. It's just like 2-3 people. It's a typical 3-bedroom, 1,300 square feet. You will be able to afford it. So that's in the spectrum of buying a home. But when you're looking at a rental, rent has increased tremendously since COVID, and recently I have been looking at rental for my single clients that have kids. They are struggling and they are calling me asking me, okay, I need a place and I do not know what to do. So your typical 3-bedroom house, 1,300 square feet rent, you will be paid on the 1,700. But because Spring is so big and there is so many apartment complex, you might be able to find a 2-3 bedroom on the 1,400, but it's not going to be something big, something luxurious that you are looking for. It's just something normal, something typical where you can park outside. You do not have to worry about your car gets stolen. Let's talk about unemployment in Spring, Texas. So 33% of the population in Spring, Texas have a salary between 150,000 started salary at 75,000 for people that live in Spring. And if you're looking at unemployment opportunity, people that are in the manufacturers, oil and gas, tech, you will find a lot of those offices in Spring, Texas. However, if you are someone in healthcare industry, you may have to travel to the Woodlands, because some of those major hospitals are located in the Woodlands. And keep in mind, the Woodlands is part of Spring, but they just voted to have their own city, own zip code. That's the reason it's separated from Spring. But depends on where you are located in Spring. You can be close to the Woodlands where you go to work. It will take you a 20 minutes because you will be going against traffic. But if you decided you want to go to work work downtown, which is 24 miles away, then you will be spending a lot of times on traffic. But overall, unemployment in Spring, Texas, it is very easy to find work. And if you are someone who's in the retail industry, you will find a lot of job in Spring, Texas. Let's talk about school in Spring, Texas. So before I go to entertainment, I'm going to talk about education. Because of where Spring is located, Spring has 3 major school districts. So if you are purchasing a home in North, then you most likely will be in the Conroe ISD Independent School District. But if you purchase a home that is in the middle of Spring, you're probably gonna be in the Klein ISD School District, where you closer to 249 area, closer to Tambo. But if you purchase a home in the east of Spring, where you closer to I-45, which is the major freeway, and you closer to Aldine, then you're probably gonna be in the Spring Independent School District. So those are the 3 major school districts in Spring, and those school districts, year after year, they are in the top 1,000 school district. And some of the schools are Blue Ribbon School, and they are really big in football. They are really big when it comes to dance. They are really big in dance cheerleader. They are really big in when it comes to activity in the school. Spring, when it comes to education, and Spring continue to give you Harvard graduated student year after year. And one of the things that lead to all those graduated low rate of dropping out of school in Spring is because Spring does not have a lot of entertainment. So if you are somebody who's looking for entertainment, yes, Spring is old. There is a lot of older neighborhood with a lot of natural trees, Spring is like a forest. When you are driving, you see a lot of big mature trees, natural. Some of those neighborhoods, when you are driving, it feels like so good. You feel so at peace in those neighborhood. The trees are so big, they are so beautiful. But when it comes to major entertainment, you will not find it in Spring, Texas. However, you do have a lot of parks, you do have a lot of outdoor. Spring is known for having a lot of park. When I used to live close to 1960, because that's where I got my first apartment, I used to go to this park, and when I first met my husband, that's where we'll go out on a date. And in the summertime, it is bearable. Like today, it is unbearable to be outside. So if you are an outdoor person, expected you will enjoy Spring, Texas, and the area you will go for entertainment will be the Woodlands. That will be your area of entertainment. Let's talk about crime rate in Spring, Texas. So with the study that come out, Spring is in the 1% low crime rate. So we can say it's safe. Spring, Texas is a safe place to live. Basically, you still have crime, but some of those crime are residents that live in Spring. And usually when you see crime, it is family that's violence against family, but there is no major like drug cartel that live in Spring to say, okay, you will have a lot of that in Spring. But you never know, because in real estate, when somebody purchases a home, you never know who your neighbors are. But Spring still considered to be a safe place to live. And if you want to check about crime rate, just go to the local crime rate in Spring, and then you can read about that yourself, because I do not want to steer anyone away when I talk about crime. This is just opinion, and some of them are research that come out where I look at it, I read about it, and that's what we talk about when it comes to crime rate. So those are the pro and living in Spring, Texas. Now let's talk about, and something else I have not mentioned is tax rate. Tax in spring is very low if you are purchasing a home that is a resale home. Some of those homes have as low as 1.6, but now it's, since taxes has increased a little bit, you will find a 2.6. But when you see a home with a 3% tax, usually those are new construction home because of the major things that has been built in the community, so the tax is a little bit higher compared to home that are resales. So let's talk about the con in living in spring. Let's talk about the heat in spring. So because the Texas heat in general, it is unbearable. Like, and today I am making this video, when you go outside, it is so hot, it is unbearable. So for those people that work outside, sometimes they have to go inside to get a little cool down, and it's just unbearable. The heat in spring is unbearable. It's not only in spring, it is in Houston in general. If you are someone who's afraid hot weather, but when you come to Houston, Texas, it's gonna be a major issue. So if you have someone who's asthma, you have breathing issue, you cannot take the hot humidity, so I will caution you when if you are thinking about moving to Texas in general. Let's talk about traffic in spring. So for traffic, it's a major part in Houston. We know Houston has the worst freeway when it comes to traffic. Houston drivers are the worst, and for you to live in spring and going to work downtown, you are going to spend a lot of time on traffic. I do not have to go around it. I-45, there is always accident all the time in that freeway. It's just something that I do not know. Maybe something in the water in Texas. We do not know how to drive. If you know how to drive, but when you move here, you just go with the program. So everybody's always high speed. But again, our freeway, even though we have the largest freeway, but in I-45 it is sometimes it's unbearable. However, there is plan, and the city has plan to redo the I-45. I do not know yet when they will start it, but it's already voted they will redo the I-45. Maybe once they have the high-speed train going, they will start the I-45, because they're supposed to do it underground. But you still have the Hardy Toll Road. The Hardy Toll Road is a way for you to go to downtown. You just have to pay the tollway. Last thing but not least is urban sprawl. So some people might say it's a good thing for urban sprawl in spring, Texas. It's very tough because of urban sprawl in spring, and you might say it's good for the economy, but when it comes to agriculture in spring, because of urban sprawl, so there is none of that. So that's something to keep in mind. And if you are somebody who does not own a car, spring is not a walkable place for you to say, okay, I live in spring, I can just, even when we put in the descriptions the house is walkable to restaurants, to store, spring is not walkable at all. If you are going to go out to the store, you do need a car, or you're gonna have to get a Uber, because spring is not walkable. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Feel free to subscribe if you have any questions, and you can comment in this video, because every week I come out with video like this. I have if you have a city you want to visit, you do not know anything about it, you want to ask questions, feel free to ask and reach out to me, because I love it when I receive email questions from you guys that are currently thinking about relocating to Houston, Texas. Again, until next time, welcome to Houston. I love you and God bless.